Chris, what is our fifth topic today?
This last one comes from Alejo Cabaleyro. Hey, John and crew. I'm from Argentina, where Jurassic World Dominion has already opened. I went to see it, and let me tell you, it's one of the worst blockbusters I've seen in a while. The characters have no arcs except for some of the original Jurassic Park ones. The dialogue is terrible, and the actual plot of the movie is laughable. With that said, I realized the movie had opened because my friends and I were looking for something that wasn't Top Gun Maverick, all screenings were sold out, to watch, and there it was. We saw no marketing for it anywhere. Do you feel any buzz for this movie?
All right, thanks a lot for sending that in. And yeah, I have felt buzz for the movie. I've heard a lot of people asking about it. Like I generally rate these things on how many of all the messages that get sent to me every day, is there a decent percentage of them about that particular project? And there have been a lot. I think the trailers have looked good and all that kind of stuff. Now, I was supposed to go see this movie last night. At the last minute, I wasn't able to go, and that's on me. So I wasn't able to go. A lot of people are saying, John, why is there no out of the theater reaction to it? It's because, well, I wasn't there. I didn't go. That being said, the reactions have started coming out. Now, it should be noted that the film has already opened in a couple of countries, and the critics in those areas have been able to post some reviews, and it's got an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. But that's only with a handful of critic reviews that have been up. So now here in LA, there was this big screening in LA that I was supposed to go to, and I couldn't go at the last second. But the reactions are coming out of that. And they're not great. They're not great. Some of them are positive. They're not, it's not like it's bad across the board. It's not. There are some positive ones. But even some of the positive ones are like, eh. Here's a few of the ones.
That's exactly what they're like.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Here's David Gonzalez wrote, Jurassic World Dominion is one of the most preposterous, illogical entries I've seen all year, and that's not including dinos walking the earth. However, I was all in. Roaring with giant action sequences and a natural chemistry between the OG3 and the new Gen duo, I dare say it's dino might. So that's a positive one, but saying it's one of the most preposterous illogical entries they've ever seen. Menzel writes, it brings me no joy to report that Jurassic World Dominion is a massive disappointment. While the film does feature some incredible dinosaur sequences, and it is great to see the original cast back on the big screen, the film fails to deliver on what the previous films promised. Courtney Howard wrote, Jurassic World Dominion equals bad. It ignores the premise it should have had from the start, instead of synthetically engineering two entirely different, uninteresting and hollow stories that it struggles to connect. Some effects look polished, some ropey. Worst film of the franchise. Kevin Lee writes, Jurassic World Dominion is better than Fallen Kingdom in every way. It knows the franchise is out of ideas, so it tries to do something new by doing it a bit of everything. It's so dumb and cheesy, it kind of works. A flawed but admirable effort with plenty of action and cool dinosaurs. Then our friend Scott Mance, he was there last night too, and he wrote, it pains me to say this, but I did not like Jurassic World Dominion. The story was convoluted and all over the place, and it didn't feel special. There's no magic or heart to it, and it doesn't capture the awe-inspiring feeling of the original, not at all. Not sure who it's even for. And it just kind of goes on like that. There's a few peppered in there that are like, yeah, it's okay. I liked it. There's some good dino actions and whatever, but for the most part, it seems to be disappointment, especially with the promise of this is the big finale of the franchise, and we're bringing in the big OG crew to join up with the new crew and everything, but it sounds like that. By the way, I get so tired of when we talk about first reactions from movies, people say, well, first reactions are always good. No, they're not. And we're seeing that kind of here. So, Chris, I don't know, like we're hearing very, very mixed things, mixed to negative and awful in some. Are you surprised to hear this? Have you been excited about this movie? What do you think about it?
I mean, I was very excited about this film because of the OG cast coming in and intermixing with all of our new bloods, right? To hear this is the worst of the franchise is very upsetting because we had things like Fallen Kingdom or Lost Kingdom, right? And the third one with Tay Leone. So that doesn't bode well. I have tried to stay away from a lot of these just so I can go into it with my own mindset and how I just want to view this without anyone else's words, buzzing through my head so that I can make my own opinions. But the last few films, too, though, haven't been that great. The last Jurassic World installment wasn't that fantastic. I don't think it was as terrible as other people thought, yelling about Clone Girl and everything. But so far, the franchise has been slowly sizzling out. And I really wanted them to end with a bombastic Tyrannosaurus roar, not this little that it seems like it's going to do.
Rob, we're hearing about this. I know you literally teared up when that one trailer for Jurassic World Dominion came out. You loved it. You thought it was so beautiful. What are you thinking about the reactions we're hearing here? What's standing out to you?
John, there's a series of science fiction novels written by David Gerald called The War Against the Tor. And the book, it's like crack for my imagination, because the concept is an alien ecosystem is invading our planet from the submicroscopic level, and the threat is terrifying. I don't know if they'll ever make movies of that. I thought, this is just me, that Jurassic World Dominion, the plot was going to deal with the fact that our ecosystem on Earth, because we've revived the dinosaurs, has been disrupted. And that somehow our planet is we unleashed, call it an allegory for climate change or whatever. I was expecting a science fiction movie with big science fiction ideas, which is what the first Jurassic Park really is. It gives you dinosaurs, but it's also about, should man tamper? Should we play God? I've always loved that story. It sounds like, and maybe because, what do you call it? Expectation versus speculation versus expectation. I speculated the hell out of this movie. And when I saw, the reason I teared up is because when I saw that shot on the plains where you've got dudes on horseback running with dinosaurs, I'm like, oh, I'm getting from this movie exactly what I wanted. I wanted to see the realization of all the Jurassic Parkian ideas, all the way back to Richard Attenborough, and they were going to tie it up and make some big sci-fi statement about where mankind is at now. Are we going to be able to save our species, or is it going to go to hell in a handbasket? So in my mind, I was like, this is not only are people going to die at the hands of just torn asunder by dinosaurs, but I'm also going to get a great science fiction concept. Well, apparently I'm getting none of those things. Now, I'm going to go see this movie, and I'll walk in with bells on, with a smile on my face. But I think that when I read, in some review, it says Laura Dern is looking for mutant locusts. And I'm like, what? No, I understand. When I read that, I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe that means that there's mutant locusts because the environment's changing. When you got dinosaurs, they need something to eat. And along with dinosaurs coming back to life, giant locusts happen. Why? Don't know. But it could have worked.
Because life finds a way, Rob.
Exactly.
Life finds a way. That's what I wanted from this movie. And it's not that hard. But look.
Yes, it is. Let's not pretend.
Making movies is easy.
It's hard.
If we could have murder hornets in 2020, though, we can have mutant locusts in Jurassic Dominion.
We can. And I guess it's because, there's another book, by the way, book club, Charles Pellegrino, who came up with the idea about mosquitoes and amber and how you could bring back, that's where Michael Crichton got the idea. He wrote another book. Charles Pellegrino wrote a book called Dust. That's one of the scariest books I've ever read. Go look it up, kids. It's about insects dying out. But I'm telling you, this kind of stuff should be nightmare fuel in addition to, and it sounds to me that this movie's just way too convoluted. There's multiple storylines, and I'm just disappointed. I'm pre-disappointed. What is it called when you've got speculation versus expectation? I'm pre-disappointed. Is there a word for that?
I don't know.
Shitty foreplay.
Shitty foreplay.
Man, and that's the worst, knowing that you have to go through the whole thing.
Man.
If foreplay is shitty, there's nothing left.
Not a lot to look forward to.
We'll save this movie, right? Even if, let's say it really is
The moon?
bad. Like
The moon?
No. Motion seats.
Ooh,
4DX,
4DX.
baby.
Oh, come
That's
on.
We gotta
true.
watch that.
still excited for this,
Ray has been fixated on 4DX for a while now.
Man, yeah, because I haven't seen a movie in that.
I wish that you and I went to go see Sonic 4DX together, because we would have had the best time.
Yep.
It was so fun.
All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about these early reactions we hear coming out of Jurassic World Dominion? Again, I haven't seen the film. I mean, for all I know, I'm going to watch this and I'm going to think it's the best film I've ever seen. Maybe Rob will too.
Maybe I will.
Who knows? What are you guys thinking? Have you been excited for the film? And by the way, don't forget, there are some positive reactions coming out for it too. It's just very mixed to negative. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there. We want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of today's video, Storyblocks. Guys, I have been an enthusiastic fan and user of Storyblocks for years. I go to them whenever I'm in need of content creation assets like royalty-free music, video clips, or templates for my creative projects, ranging anywhere from little editorial videos to my very own full-feature documentary. Storyblocks helps you bring your stories, videos, and projects to life without sacrifices due to time, budget, or access to resources. They have over 1 million different story assets ranging from stock videos, audio and music, an in-browser video editor, and they feature pre-designed templates, animations, and outros. Storyblocks uses an affordable subscription model, and their unlimited access plans offers, well, unlimited video and audio downloads rather than a costly pay-per-clip model. With Storyblocks, you'll be able to create more content and, more importantly, better content, all while using a subscription plan that fits your budget, utilizing unlimited downloads of demand-driven and diverse content. So if you're interested in upping your content creation game, head over to www.storyblocks.com/Campea and get started today. That's www.storyblocks.com/Campea.